People love our church because it's evident when you walk into our church that we love each other. I want to tell you a little story of how that was very real for me in this past week. I'm quite a strong and resilient person. I just power on and I just cope with things and deal with things. I've got a very challenging job, and I just get on with it and I just do it. And all teachers are under a lot of strain at the moment with COVID. And last week, this strain and this pressure really came to a head for me. Somebody in the staff room said something insensitive, and it really touched a raw nerve. And I began to cry. I had to leave the staff room and just go and sit in my classroom. And the floodgates just opened, even though the thing that was said was not really a big thing in itself. It was just something that tapped into a sensitivity and a hurt that I maybe didn't fully realize was there. Anyway, I couldn't stop crying. When the time came for my next class to arrive, I was still crying. I couldn't teach. I had to let the head of curriculum know that I was just not able to teach my classes, and I had to go home for the rest of the day. I'm now fully over it. I had a good cry, but the thing that I want to tell is that I know that my lovely husband was telling people about it, and that my sisters in Christ were praying for me, and that they were aware that something had happened. On Sunday, when I got to church, lovely Anastasia, who happens to live just across the road from the school where I live, she came up with her beautiful, sweet smile, and she had this in her hand, and she said, "I wanted to bring you this, because I know you love flowers." And it's true, I do love flowers. She didn't manage to bring it to me at school, but that's what she actually wanted to do. In her heart was to walk across the street and bring me these flowers in my school, in my classroom. And as you see, it says Mrs. van der Walt. So it was for me as a teacher, and a beautiful note of just lovely, just a beautiful supportive note, just loving me and recognizing how difficult my the challenge that is there for me always, and I just smile and I just keep going. But my vulnerability was showing last week, and it was very, very precious to me to just experience that beautiful, just right, sensitive, extravagant and lovely gesture from my beautiful Christian sister Anastasia. So thank you, Anastasia. You are just the embodiment of what we want to be in this church. We want to be a church that is always loving God and loving one another and loving others to Jesus.